Tonight's spiritual transition, and this is what we do before in the live class Monday nights, 8 o'clock, strivingforeternityacademy.org, was when we're watching live. And tonight's topic for me to do a spiritual transition to is, drum roll, okay, no drum roll, thanks, a broken fire hydrant. All right, so I have to transition. The goal of this is to see how quickly I can transition from a broken fire hydrant to the gospel. So here I go. The reality is if you have a fire in your house, which is a very, very serious thing, that's a danger. And you do not want to find out that as the fire department, who is supposed to be the ones coming to save your house, they come to your house and discover that the fire hydrant right outside your house maybe is broken and it's not working and they can't get water. Every second that your house is burning, there are things valuables to you that are going up in flames. You want that water from the fire hydrant and you want it like now. You don't want to wait. And that's something that's going to give you great stress, right? It should. Why? Because the fire hydrant is there to serve a purpose. It is there to put out a fire. It is there to work in a proper way. And if that fire hydrant is not working, I mean, they may not have enough hose to get to the next fire hydrant. Fire hydrants are placed in certain locations to be far enough apart that they can get to anywhere on the street from the fire hydrant. But if one is broken and not working, well, it could mean one of two things. One, it means they may not have enough hose to get to the next fire hydrant, but how do you know the next one's working? You don't, because this is a pipeline that would work, and if there's no water, there's no water. Maybe they can't turn the faucet on at the hydrant, but either way, the longer it takes them to get that water to your house, the more your valuables are burning. And none of us want to see our valuables burning. I understand that. But the reality is that without that water, your house is on fire. You need to have a working hydrant to put out the fire. Without that, without having the right tool functioning properly, you are not going to have that fire put out. Well, you know, there's another fire that we're all going to face. Every one of us is going to face a fire of an eternal nature, an eternal lake of fire. And there is a working hose, and one that never goes out, one that's never broken. That is what Jesus Christ did. When Jesus Christ died on that cross, it is an absolute thing that He can put away our sin. He died as a payment for our sin, and He never fails. But we have to not just say, oh, I believe Him. We have to trust what He did on that cross as a payment for our sin. We would not want a fire hydrant not to be working during a fire. But the reality is, if you are not believing in Jesus Christ, if you have not repented from your sin and trusted in Jesus Christ, then you have a broken hydrant. And you're going to end up facing eternity in a lake of fire. The only way to put out that punishment is to trust in Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ alone. That's how I would transition from a broken fire hydrant to the gospel. How would